Okay, in these pollutants, right? Basically, why I already summarized for you one. What you need to know is what is the source, why, and what is the adverse effect. That's all. Why? Then of course the source, right? They might ask you to write the equation, but then there are some equation only you learn. There are some equation you no need to learn. Right? Okay, so we start with carbon dioxide. So remember carbon dioxide, right? The source, right, is complete combustion of anything flammable substance. I repeat, why carbon dioxide is always based on the complete combustion one, right, of any hydrocarbons, right? So then you get carbon dioxide. That's why the difference between carbon monoxide below one is the incomplete combustion of hydrocarbon. The keyword is complete and one incomplete. Right? So the adverse effect of carbon dioxide, so of course you know what? They are greenhouse gases, so they'll cause global warming. That's all. Right? Then carbon monoxide, remember, just memorize poisonous gas. In biology one, if you learn that red blood cell, they bind to the carbon monoxide, they cannot take the oxygen one. In chemistry, you have to explain that one. You can just write poisonous gas. Right? And no, sorry. And right. Okay. Then the next pollutant one is the oxide of nitrogen. Okay, oxide of nitrogen, basically we have a few. But then your syllabus one, most of the time they ask you to refer these two only. Right? But then you don't need to memorize the formula is okay also, because they can ask you to write the equation. Okay. Right. So how to get oxide of nitrogen is 2 marks. Because you have to mention it's a nitrogen oxygen from the air. Right? Car engines at high temperature. You copy one more thing. From the air. It's a nitrogen oxygen from the air, right? They burns in the car engines at high temperature. Too much sweat. Their source. So which means, right? Oxide nitrogen is not because of the fuel, it's because of the high temperature only. Right? That's why our air, nitrogen, oxygen will not react. Right? Only in our car engine is so high temperature they're able to react each other. Okay, right? Then adverse effect. So the most famous one, acid. That's all. But then they do ask about photochemical smoke. All right, photochemical smoke also comes from oxide of nitrogen. Okay, that's all. Okay, then another white pollutants one is going to be your lead compound. Okay, lead compound basically means any compound that consists of lead, but they didn't burn finish one, so end up they release to the air. But you don't have to know the formula, right? So basically their source is just come from car petrol, because most of our car petrol, which is a petroleum, they have a lead one. That's why nowadays our petrol is considered as unleaded. If you ever go pump oil your parents' one, you will see a name they put unleaded 95, unleaded 97. It's already unleaded. Right? It's already no more lead already. Okay, but you still have to learn that. So what the lead compound will do is it will destroy your nervous system. That's all. Right? But normally chances is very less one, because lead compound is very heavy. The moment when they come out from the car engine, they already put down already. They won't go to our air. But unless you purposely go to the car at the behind and go smell it, then it's a problem again. Okay, but nobody will do that. Okay, anyway. Right, then sulfur dioxide. Okay, sulfur dioxide is the one they don't come from the car engines. Sulfur dioxide mainly come from the industry. So which means any combustion of fuel that containing sulfur compound. Any fuel like petroleum, natural gas, they have a sulfur atom one, they burn, they produce sulfur dioxide. Right? So then sulfur dioxide, same as oxide nitrogen, they will form acid. Okay. Right? Then the last one, your methane gas. So methane gas, why the source, why most of the time you write decomposition or vegetation. Meaning anything dead plant, dead animals, one, when they die, when they decompose, why then the bacteria will produce methane gas, one. Why? Or if you learn biology one, anything come from digestion animal, they also accept. The cow manure, the cow poops. Okay. Right? So that's why in total, why you learn 6 pollutants. Right? All these 6 pollutants. Of course, exam will ask all these pollutants, they'll randomly pick, and you must know how to describe the source, and then you must know how to describe the adverse effect. Okay. So since all this pollutant is synthetic, which is called man-made, right? So we are the one that produce that. But since we are the one that produce, then we must the one that solve the issue. So we must know how to remove it. Okay, right? So how to remove? Right, we have two methods. Each of the method remove different things. So can you copy down what they remove? Flue gas desulfurization basically is to remove sulfur dioxide. Wait, you say remove, right? Only that's all. But then catalytic converter remove a lot, which is your carbon monoxide, your oxide nitrogen, and your unburned hydrocarbon. Okay, but I want to copy another thing. They also like to ask, both of this method, right? They're using different theory to remove it. Right? That's why the types of the reaction you also copy down, I guess. Right? Flue gas desulfurization, basically they use neutralization method. They use neutralization method to remove. Whereas for catalytic converter is they use redox method to remove. The oxidation reduction. That's why we have to learn these two different methods. But both of them, each of them separate different thing. Okay, right. So let's start with the flue gas. Okay, flue gas desulfurization also called scrubbers, right? Which means, right, if you ever see a industry one, then they're up there one, so there's a very high chimney one, right? So all these are called flue gas, right? Everything the gas will come out is called flue gas. So, but then what they will do is they will try to neutralize any gas they release one. Then when they neutralize, the things will come down one. Then only the clean air will release at the top. That's why nowadays, if you pass through any industry, right, most of the time they only release white smoke only. The white smoke in your stick, that's all. Right? They don't release yellow last time, right? Last time it's yellowish, right? No more. Okay, by law have to remove it. Right? So that's why what they do, very simple. You don't have to memorize. Okay, this diagram they won't ask. Even catalytic converter, they won't ask, right? I just want to show you only. But then you just have to know what they put inside. So since neutralization, right? Your sulfur dioxide is acidic oxide. I need to use a base. And please take notes. I can roughly tell you one. Anything involving environment, I don't care what environment, your soil, your river, your sea, I don't care what environment. Anything involving environment, if you want to neutralize acidic sound, we always use calcium compound. Anything involving calcium base. I repeat, anything involving environment, you want to neutralize the acid, right? We always use calcium base one. Always. That's why in paper 2, they like to ask, they will give you a list of which one base. We always use calcium. Up to you. Either you prefer limestone, lime, or slate lime. Right? Then slate lime, you should know one, which is a calcium hydroxide. This is a lime water. Also called lime water. Okay, and the reaction you can learn, right? So the reaction one is a neutralization, which I already told you already, right? So eventually they'll form an insoluble salt, then they'll just fall down. That's all. That's it, right? Then, okay, then catalytic converter, of course, right? The name itself is already tell you, right? Is they use catalyst. They use a catalyst to speed up the reaction. And what kind of catalyst? Most of the time is transition metal catalyst. Right? So far, right, exam very rare asked already. But then you can remember one of the example. So platinum, right? So we normally use platinum, rhodium. We have one more, palladium. They will ask. So right, we normally use transition metal one. Just remember. So this catalyst one normally they'll speed up the reaction, and then they'll force the reaction undergo redox. One will oxidize, one will reduce. That's why they will ask, so you please highlight, who is the one that oxidize? Carbon monoxide and unburned hydrocarbon is oxidized. Whereas for nitrogen oxide is reduced. And then do you see the equation below? Only these two need to memorize. This one is not fixed one. This one is not fixed. You know why, right? We later learn organic chemistry combustion. You know we have a lot of hydrocarbon one, right? You balance yourself, right? But roughly this one is the one that fixed already. So which means carbon monoxide oxidized will form carbon dioxide. Then oxide of nitrogen will reduce to form nitrogen and oxygen gas. So that's why you also copy down. If you combine together, they will become like this one. It's a redox. N2 plus 2CO2. If you combine together. Means the oxidized and reduced combined together become redox. So oxidized, reduce. It's I cancel the oxygen only. You combine the equation. That's all. Okay. Then the hydrocarbon, as I say, later we learn the organic chemistry. So it's not fixed one. It can be like C4H, then you balance yourself by the combustion. Okay.